TricitiesKnit, episode 33.
I'm Natalie.
I'm Jenny, and we have lots of stuff for you today. I hope you stay with us. We're trying not to, go over too long of an episode, but first thing, let's talk about the giveaway.
Yeah, let's talk about the giveaway.
So we haven't done the giveaway for a long time, because we took a long break, but I'm really excited about this giveaway because it seems like a lot of people are liking these. So, sorry, my cat is distracting me.
Did you bring a shawl?
What?
Do you have a shawl with you?
Yes, I brought the shawl. Okay, so I don't really want to connect it to a shawl too much, but I might do that at the end. So I've got a shawl coming out on Monday. So you guys are gonna watch this episode on Sunday. Okay, so it's kind of hard to show I'm gonna try and not move it too much. So tomorrow for you, if you're watching this episode on Sunday, I have partnered up with Jennifer Yoon from Leather and Wool, and she you probably know her, as I mentioned her in one of my reviews for leather interchangeable tips case. So she is I got this from her to give away, and this is a double wrap cuff, so you can, for those who want a bit of a like a tighter grip on your shawl, you can actually grip it, like wrap it twice and
put the shawl on yourself.
I don't know how to do this here because I don't have a mirror, but okay, but I can try and show you. So this shawl is not very long on purpose because I kind of tried to be a bit more, you know how the shawls I used to make, they're like all really, really long. I kind of try to avoid that with this shawl. So it's kind of a, it's a good length, I think, for people who are not very tall, like myself. It's kind of hard to do on without a mirror. But the idea here is that the cuffs will keep your shawl from slipping and sliding, and it's like this. It's secured, so you've got your shawl secured. So it basically turns, it turns into a cowl.
Nice,
right? Yeah. So I want to talk about the wool too. Like I call the shawl oomph because this wool is really springy. It's non-superwash wool from Nicole Hugh Loco, who actually provided me with yarn support. So I'm gonna take it off because it's very warm. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I'm going to take it off. So here's the...
Very funny to hear. It's very funny to hear this from you.
Yeah, I know. So I really like how it turned out. I got some, aero texture and lace, and I think it's easy to work. And I guess I'm going to throw in a PDF copy of the shawl with the cuff, and I will announce the giveaway on Instagram. So you guys have to watch our accounts. I'm going to post it on all 3 accounts. Actually, Natalie's account as well. She's going to post it. So I'm on Monday or maybe tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow because it's hopefully more people and seeing, sitting on Instagram, even though everyone's sitting at home now anyway. So, but yeah, I'm excited because we haven't done a giveaway in a long time.
Announce the rules, so we have some set we're setting up.
Oh yeah, the rules are going to be easy. What we decided is you guys will just have to follow 4 accounts and that's it. If you want, you can repost, but I think if you follow our TricitiesKnit, my account Sweater Freak, Redhead Nata, and Jen Yoon, so there's 4 accounts to follow. That's all you need to do. And if you want, you can comment and tag more people, if you want, like spread the word. The more people, the better. But if you follow, if you follow 4 accounts, I think that's, this cat's really trying to do something. If you follow 4 accounts, I think that would be that would be good. Yeah, so I'm really excited because I think it's a great addition to anybody's shawl wardrobe. I know a lot of people like shawl cuffs, and you know, it's very useful. And I personally, I'm in the fall mode already because I'm almost finishing my t-shirt, knitting my linen t-shirt, so I'm switching to fall.
Almost finished? You didn't put any progress on Instagram. I
No,
don't
I
know.
didn't because there's nothing. I just have lace at the end. But you remember, there's another t-shirt. I have to make a second sample when my yarn comes. You know, I haven't done that yet. So that's what we're gonna do. And I hope you guys watched Natalie's trends video because that's what we're gonna discuss next.
Yes, I did talk a lot on this video. So Jenny, is your turn now. What do you think about the trends, and what you like, what you dislike about the trends? You already expressed an opinion about not weaved end. I understand you not really like it. Okay, it's not neat from your perspective. Okay, I accept it. But what about those vest dress, like sleeveless long vest? I would no, it's a sleeveless long dress from wool.
Well, actually, I don't mind. I don't mind the sleeveless long dress from wool because you can always put like a cotton t-shirt under it.
Or just like you have the bunch of this merino wool.
Yeah.
Very
well. But then here it's gonna. Yeah. I mean, you can always do that. I like these trends. I think that I think they're really nice. A lot of them are really nice, except for the threads hanging out. I actually do like a lot of them. I like stripes. There were a lot of stripes. Like if you guys watched the video, Natalie actually did a really nice montage where she put the photos. There's a lot of stripes and a lot of texture. And I think that there's a lot of these oversized loose sweaters that are, you know, more simplistic. And there's a yoke in there too. And yes. I think that, the yokes aren't going away anywhere anytime soon, it seems. So I actually like, I think I like it overall. I think that stripes are, I'm seeing just mostly a lot of classic stuff. And these extras of, I really like this striped dress.
Okay, it's Zara. I think it's Joseph Altuzara. It's
you know, this reminds me of the 1990s. You know, a lot of like when I was in high school, which was like mid 1990s. These stripes. Remember these tops, like ribbed tops with stripes? They were a huge thing. Like everyone had them. So I think this is 1990s, and I like the 1990s because I grew up in 1990s, so I definitely have a lot of affinity for them. Yeah, I like it. I like it all.
How do you like this polo shirt, like on the top? Like this dress is really simple. It's kind of polo shirt, like
the only thing I don't like is this.
Yeah, no, I don't like.
I don't like it.
Just something new, like it's out of whole theme that I post in this video, and I just I want to show like it's not only simple stockinette in those vests, but you can add some texture and just to, you know, to make the knitting interesting, but not too many details as for this white.
Well, it's not the details. I don't like the overall shape. It's too big and too loose. Like, I think if you're a tall woman, I think it might be okay. But if you're like average person, I don't think it looks that great.
Yeah, it should not be. I agree with you. It should not be too oversized. It should be loose, but not too loose. I agree, and maybe this extra details create more volume, which is like visually make you bigger, which you.
I really like this sweater.
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
yeah. It's a simple one. I like.
And I like this one too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I like the polka dot. I don't know if I like that sweater with the cables and these sleeves. I guess it's okay. It's actually something that would flatter me. Like this kind of outfit would flatter me. I don't know, but it's really old fashioned. What else? This is an interesting this one's an interesting it's an interesting take. I think that I could see a lot of stuff like that on Ravelry because I'm seeing a lot of loose and puffy sleeves from especially Japanese designers. Because they're a little bit more out there with fashion. They're more daring than North American and European, who a lot of them, they just make things that are practical. No, I like it. I've always liked the kind of high fashion component of knitting. Like a lot of the stuff I made at first was not really something that most people would wear, like these wide sleeves and big necks, like it's not really something that most people would wear. So yeah, I like this. Did you see the comments to the video? Someone, there's a lot of comments to that video. And someone actually, like, I think people like this. I think we should keep doing it. Because a lot of people, they kind of want to see the connection between the knitting world and the high fashion world. Even though we're not really high fashion here, I don't see a lot of people dressing up. Even in like the best of times, right now, nobody dresses up.
But maybe someone would be, how do you like this trend not to put second sleeve on your actually hand, but to tie it? It's in, I think, from Copenhagen collection. I have this white sweater. It's oversized sweater with cables, and one sleeve was put on and another one was just tied around the waist. And I see several kind of several types of this kind of wearing the sleeve. One from another collection, I saw just the sleeve just was loose, and you have this bare shoulder. And my example.
Oh, I like that. I've seen this somewhere. Is a sleeve kind of, there's just a little seam here on your shoulder, and then the sleeve is loose, and you just have like a.
Yeah, it's a
this loose.
Different variation.
I like it. I would wear that. But then I have a pattern that no one ever buys, and I wear it all the time with two different sleeves. Okay, there's two different sleeves. Nobody buys that. Okay, so people don't like that kind of a symmetry. Very, very kind of, for someone who's really into that kind of look, I like this. I would totally be up for two different sleeves, one raglan, one like big sleeve. I mean, I really like that. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I never post this photo of this sweater, but my older daughter, she asked me to make a sweater. One is drop shoulder sleeve and another was raglan. And of course it was the short row, so one end or one edge of the sweater was much longer than the other one, and overall it looks good. So you make both sleeves kind of same length, but it's just different construction.
Did you make that?
Yes, I did. I gave her, but we never. First of all, she was already not living in Vancouver. She was at that time. She was in Edmonton, and I just sent her. It was last year, or I think it's two. No, it's even two probably years.
Because I remember you talking about it, but I don't remember seeing it anyway.
No, I
just
made the picture. Never.
I just assumed you didn't make it.
No, I did. I did. So yeah, she said, "Mom, I want this kind of sweater period," and she actually wears it a lot. So
yeah, I like stuff like that. I'm not very daring when it comes to fashion, but I do like asymmetry a lot, and I think that but I don't think a lot of people do. From my observation, I don't think a lot of people do. I think most people want to make something that they could wear a lot, something that's simple, especially in North America, where the style is a more, it's more simple, because you have to remember historically North America is puritanical society. So it's not like Europe where people are, they like suntan topless, here it's like, oh my God, right? Like people are a lot, like the culture is a little bit more different. And I think that this kind of ties into that, is that there's two different types of, markets, that, so to speak, that most people, they just want something that fits into their everyday life. And like, if you're just a regular person, you're not going to go to work with a top with two different sleeves. I just,
Oh, you should see what they wear in Florida.
Florida is not really a knitting. I don't see a lot of people knit there. I'm sure there's like people knitting there, but it's so hot there all the time that I don't think it's in like #1 place where people knit. Most people, like, if you're living in like Maine or Montana or somewhere, I could see you knitting all the time because it's cold winter.
No, but type of knitting for southern states. So if you, I didn't cover this topic in my video, but apparently there is lots of pieces with net-looking sweaters and dresses, just big nets, and I saw those netty pants and netty top in Florida 2 years ago already. So it's just, you have the panties.
2 years? I thought you just went there this past summer.
No, but we did go to Miami 2 years ago. So last summer, just stay near Tampa, and the 2 years ago we went. All the other side of the.
So you went to Florida twice already?
Yes. Come on.
Okay. So another thing I remember from this one woman I follow, Stepmother Queen, that I told you about, and this may be already kind of past last season. Sorry, someone's dog is barking. I don't have a dog. But is holes and knitwear that are made on purpose. So that's another trend I saw in a lot of these high-end European, but I think that's already gone. I think that's kind of past.
I remember we have, I still work at my old office when in Dallas. So I saw, and this.
Well, this is the second coming. This is the second cycle.
Yeah. So this kind of drops stitch look, or just holes, like imagine the dogs tear you apart. So this kind of fashion.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I never understand this.
It's not my thing. I do have a shrug. This is what I think might come back in general, is the shrug. I remember shrugs 10 years ago. Everybody wore shrugs, and then, they kind of went away because they're not really practical for most people. But I have a shrug from Banana Republic, back when Banana Republic used to make clothes from good fibers. So it's linen with a little bit of metallic, and it's got, back then, I didn't know what it was. I was sort of a beginner knitter, and I didn't really know what that was, but it's actually dropped stitches. So it's like rib, but instead of purl, you have drop stitches. So it looks kind of like that shawl, like clay bodice, you know, that shawl that everybody knitted.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like that, but it's a shrug. I never wear it. I can't bring myself to get rid of it because it doesn't take up a lot of space anyway. And it's pure linen and it's like this gold color. It's really nice, but I don't know. I never wear it, and it's wide. It's like a kimono sleeve, so it's like a wide kind of like a, yeah. And you know, I think that this was around 2007. This was the summer of 2007 when I bought this. And yes, I'm one of these people who, as you know, keep clothes for a long time. Like I don't get rid of my clothes. You know, they live with me for 20 years. I can actually wear them 20 years later. But yeah, so I like these trends. I think that we should do this at least 3 times a year, maybe 4 times a year. Like right now, this is fall, or sorry, this is more like summer, which you did.
It was
summer, yeah.
Summer, but there is already. I saw the shows from pre-fall. It's called pre-fall collection. It's already there. So, and this Tokyo collection was actually pre-fall collection. And yeah, I think, yeah, it's no problem for me. I know where to get the stuff, where to get this show. I found very useful website, and it's just all collection, all the names, designer's name, and you just pick the name and look what he has in his or she has in these shows, and you can easily.
You know, I think we should definitely do this. I think it's actually also good for, you know, inspiration to kind of see what's different.
Oh, yeah.
Because you get kind of stuck in a rut a little bit on Ravelry because everybody knits the same thing. Like there's a certain, you know, thing, like a yoke sweater is a yoke sweater. They all kind of look similar. So I think it's nice to just kind of say, okay, we're going to look at something totally different, you know, something that's like nobody has. It's like a refresh, you know. I think it's nice. I'm as far as, do you have your knitting with you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so show what you're making now.
Now I'm so much into yokes, and not just yokes, it's a mosaic yokes.
Oh, yeah. I saw that one. Yeah, it's nice. It looks like sunflowers.
No, it's this is mosaic too. It's
yes, I know, but this is stockinette mosaic stitch, and the other one you have is a garter stitch based, right? So it looks different.
Garter in here as well.
That's garter. Okay.
Yeah, in the middle.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I see a little bit. Yeah.
I like mix. Before, when I did the knitting in a round for the mosaic, I always use only stockinette, but now I decide to mix and match with stockinette and garter, not like every second row for each color. I just choose what I want to do with the pearl and what I want just do the only stockinette. And yeah, the sunflower thing, it's Julie Asselin Leisure. I love knitting from this. First of all, it's very easy and fast knitting, and second, it's pleasant for the
It's nice. I like this pattern. I told you, remember we talked about this. I like this this motif. So you're gonna do, so what's this, when did you get this yarn?
Oh, remember you gave me a gift certificate from maybe 2 years ago, and I used it right away. I got those skins, and I was kind of planning to do a sweater, so finally I have a chance to.
It's nice. I like it. I was thinking using like mosaic. I was thinking about using it for a cardigan, because a cardigan, you know how people don't like knitting collar work flat, and they like stealing. So I think mosaic is a great choice for a cardigan. The only problem is personally, I prefer a yoke because it doesn't interrupt. It doesn't interrupt your pattern. You know, like a cardigan is kind of like, you know, there's something in the middle and it interrupts the pattern. But maybe one day I'll do it.
Oh, I like actually yoke cardigan. I have the yoke cardigan in my mind for a long time. I just never had time to.
I know. I have so many. I have a lot of ideas, but now that I'm home all the time, I actually did achieve a lot of knitting that I wouldn't have. Like my T-shirt is almost done. I'm almost ready for the lace border. So I'm gonna do two copy. I'm gonna do the pattern will include both plain and lace, and I'm gonna add one more size. So it's basically like I'm ready to do about another 6 rounds, and I'm gonna do about 2-inch border. So it's gonna look nice, and I love this Baltic linen knitted doubled. I just love it. I think that I'm done with buying linen from US companies. I think I'm just gonna do Baltic linen. I just love it. It's first of all, it's soft, it's inexpensive, and there's gazillion colors, you guys. Absolutely, like amazing range of colors. And you can do marls, like I showed. I undid my swatch. Well, because it's if you look at my Instagram, it's Sweater Freak. You're gonna see that I did the swatch and I used Shibui reed, which gave me with the black like this. So it gave me a thicker fabric than this doubled.
So how many stitches per inch?
It was not 24 stitches per 4 inches. It was more like 22. So it would have, and it's thicker. I used 3.5 needle, right? So normally with Shibui, which I will actually knit it with linen as well, but for a totally different pattern, and I will take a bigger needle. It's going to be like a thicker sweater or whatever. Yeah. Someone's at the door. Just hang on a second. Someone's at the door. Hang on.
So nobody is.
What's going on? Huh?
Okay, guys, and Jenny, afraid.
No, I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Sorry. My son is outside, so yeah. Anyways, so you know, I actually really like the fact that you can make your own marls. Like you can check out my swatch on Instagram. And so, you know, I don't even know how many colors they have. They have like at least 30, 35 maybe. Like there's just so many different colors.
I don't know. I like more this girl from Etsy shop.
No, but it's the same thing. It's the same manufacturer. It comes to the same place.
Oh, this linen good shop. How you call it? My good shop?
Good yarn shop?
Good yarn shop. She has a linen only 700 per 100 grams, and I want more fingering, like just to make.
Yeah. So, yeah, so the one that I got, it's 600 meters, so 656 yards per 100 grams.
Yeah.
So it's between lace and fingering weight. This is a very common weight for Europe. You know how they have wool? The same thing. It's, you know what? Super Soft by Holzgarn. Super Soft. It's the same. Yeah. But so you can.
With Super Soft is different when you knit with 3.5 needles, and when you wash it, it's blooms, so it fills the wall.
Because it's wool. Because it's wool.
Yeah. But with this, you cannot work this thickness with 3.5. Usually, I even work the normal fingering linen yarn with 3 millimeters needles, because the 3.5 is too thick, at my opinion.
No, this is actually fine. I doubled it though. I doubled it. So
it's good. It's thicker than fingering, the regular.
Yeah. It's, well, it knits up to the same. Let me calculate this in my head. So it's, if you double it, it's going to be 300 meters per 50 grams because it's doubled, right? 300 meters per 50 grams is basically like, no, what am I saying?
No, 300.
No, sorry, 300 per 100 grams. Yeah. So it's 150 meters per 50 grams, which is between sport
and fingering.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, yeah, it knits up to 24 stitches, and I think it's a great weight for, for a linen top. And I think this one, I don't remember where I bought it, because I bought it in 2012. I may have bought it from them as well, but it's Lit Yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a feeling that all these shops, I'm going to link the shop again. I'm going to link both of these shops for you guys so you can check it out. And I have no affiliate. We have no affiliation with them. We like linen. So,
yeah.
we like choices, and it's a good price and good quality. And you have to understand that linen doesn't grow in North America. So it's what you're paying for here with other brands is coming from the same place. Well, actually, maybe Belgium versus Lithuania. Same thing.
Yeah, it's a different. I think they grow linen in Belgium.
They do. They grow it. They don't? I think they do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah. It's a little bit different, but anyways, it's like I think that Quince & Company Sparrow is soft. It's a softer linen. Then Shibui Reed is seriously the softest linen I've ever tried. That chain construction. See, this is wet spun. This is wet spun linen. Now, chain construction is really nice. The only problem with Reed, it's kind of in between. It's very thin. I've seen on Ravelry most projects with it. Everyone doubled it as well. So they doubled it. Or their collection that came out a couple of years ago, everybody who did not double it, they used 3mm needles or 2.75mm needles. I can't do this. Like, it's not working. It's not going to work. It's not going to get knit. So, yeah. But other than that, it's really soft. Like, I know some people commented on my post and they said, oh, I don't like knitting with linen. Shibui Reed, you guys have to try it. For those of you who don't like this fighting with your knitting, because that's what it feels like, knitting with linen. It really transforms when you wash it. It's like a totally different fabric.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but working it with pain, it's like it's not given, and it's like knitting with a wire.
Yeah, it's like fighting. It's like fighting with your knitting. This is what I call it. But I'm almost done, and I'm gonna post a test probably at the end of the month. So hopefully, once I'm done my lace, and then when my other yarn arrives, I will cast on for another sample with my knitters. So this is my plan, because it's just going to be a plain t-shirt anyway. There's nothing going on there.
How it's gonna be? Is it gonna be short and wide, or like?
Well, the thing is, the difference between the two versions will be that I will space the increases more, because. Yeah, because this won't have a border. So I will, like right now, I'm doing every 9th row. I'll probably space them every 12th row. That's going to be the only difference. Yeah. And no lace.
So second one doesn't, you're not planning to do the lace at the bottom?
No. I'm going to have a plain, because it's such, did you see that swatch? You don't need anything. It's busy enough. Yeah. It's very busy, and I don't have anything that's dark in color linen. All my stuff is light, so it's going to be nice to have something. And that blue color, I'm not going to use it by itself. It's too purple. It's a purple. What did you do with it? Where's your stuff? Because you made something with it.
No, I didn't. No, was this dark one? Was what? Are you talking about this dark blue?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I didn't. I actually took it out, and I have I don't know. No, you didn't buy this color. I have a blue, not the turquoise blue like we bought together, but different kind of blue, like the regular blue. I thought maybe I mixed those two blues. Right now I'm thinking to mix it with this natural color.
Oh, that's nice.
And try, yeah, I will try make a swatch with this blue and
Yeah.
this color. So we'll see. Yeah, I thought because on this yarn shop they have a lot of marl.
They do. They do have a lot of marls.
So I
Yeah.
thought about it, and I just was thinking with what color I should mix any of what I have from this yarn.
I like making like the marls, or I didn't like marls at first. Like years ago, I didn't like marls. But I'm really getting into it now because I think it gives the fabric a lot of interest, and I think they were in fashion. I don't know if they're still in fashion, but I do like that swatch. I think it's gonna look nice. What? Sorry, my son is here. Not yet. I'm not done yet. When am I gonna be done? Soon.
5 minutes?
Not 5 minutes. No.
How long?
I don't know. This is all getting recorded. Go.
Seven, tell him.
I don't know. I'm recording this. People don't want to listen. I already put it on Instagram, but I didn't tell you this. I forgot. But you probably saw. I'm testing a hat for Tatiana Truta because I saw this hat. With my marker. I saw this hat in the fall, and I really wanted to make one, and I for sure thought she released it. I don't know. I thought it was released, but no. She just put it up for test last week, and I made one already. This is the second one I'm making.
Yeah, I use this this kind of somewhere I use this kind of pattern. I think on my sweater for Craftsy. This
no, it's different. It's a different pattern, but there's a lot of patterns that are similar. Like I've seen many patterns that don't have like this this rib, because there's a rib here, so it's like half rib, half garter. I've seen a lot of patterns that just have like knit stitches, or it's nice. I like this, and I actually told her she should do a sweater. I don't know if she's going to, but I'm making a second one because the first hat I made is a little bit too long. I made it for my sister, so I made it a little, how the young people, they want something that stands up. But for myself, I want something that's just like, well, I have a short head. See, like this is where my head ends. This is my eye, and this is where my head ends. so I've got like there's a flat surface here. Sorry. It's not, I don't have a lot of stuff here. So every time I make something, once I'm like made this much, it's time to start decreasing. And of course, other people who make a hat, they're like, oh, it's too short. And I've started a lot of things, and I'm kind of trying to get my progress on and kind of stagger them so I can progress, this is the first one I made.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
See, it's a different. It's got that rib, like the twisted rib in the middle. I'll put it on, and you'll see what I mean. It's slouchy. See, I made it slouchy.
Yeah. I like when it stands. I don't know why you don't like it.
Well, my sister does. I hope she's not gonna watch this. Actually, I don't think she watches my podcast. So it's nice. It's really nice. I really like this pattern, and it again, it's sort of like a combination of Vesica Pisces and zigzag, which I'm never gonna stop liking zigzags. So so that's where I'm at right now, and I have a shawl too, but I'm not gonna show it. It's in one of my tutorials actually, so I have a shawl too. Are you ever gonna knit a shawl?
No, I'm not ready. I thought about it, and I even got the skin to unwind or wind, but yeah, I put it back.
Unwind, yeah. Yeah, you're not motivated for a shawl?
I want to finish those sweaters first,
Yeah.
and no, I do have an idea. I even pick up the pattern I wanna put on this shawl. So everything is ready, except I didn't wind the skin. I put it back and put the paper with the pattern back on on my pile. So no, I'm thinking about making a shawl, but no, I'm too busy. I have 2 sweaters to finish, and actually 3 sweaters to finish. One is this linen, orange linen with gray lace. But yeah, I almost finished body. I made one sleeve, but I don't know if I like. So probably I'm gonna undo the sleeve, and yeah, I didn't decide on the body how I wanna end the body. Yeah, I have an idea, and I try it on a sleeve, and I don't like this sleeve, so probably I wouldn't like this on the body as well. So yeah, I'm kind of yeah.
Well, sometimes you need to make something to see how what it looks like, right? Like sometimes it's hard to imagine things in your head. I wanted to also show my poor Briggs and Little sweater, my 4th try. I think this is gonna be a charm of my yoke. Sorry, guys, this is so bad. I've made other things while trying to knit this, and I think this is a Briggs and Little Sport is a sport yarn. Disregard the yardage, but I absolutely love the yarn. I think all of my sweaters from now on will be from Briggs and Little, or most of them. No, seriously, it's such a nice light fabric that smells of sheep.
It smell. Oh yeah, I know.
It's like, yeah. Anyways, and so I think that because I looked at the yardage, like I said before, and it's fingering weight yardage, 400 yards per 100 grams. I thought, this is going to be 24 stitches an inch. No, my gauge changed, and then I.
More like sport, right?
Yeah, this knits to 22 stitches. What I have. And I'm trying to. What I'm gonna do is finish this yoke, and then the body I'll probably knit in the summer. Yeah. Sorry, guys. My son is totally addicted to the tablet, and I've had it all morning trying to fiddle with it, and yeah.
Remember, you have to put together a video on this tablet. So.
Oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
You can do this at night when he went to bed.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. Well, you have to send me. We have an intro now, which you will see at the beginning, hopefully. So you have to send me the intro, and I'll do it. But yeah, it looks like they're gonna go to the store, which means he needs the tablet because keeps him busy now from running into people and Yeah, I know. This is how it starts, and I bought the tablet. This is like technically my tablet, but
yeah, you keep repeating this. It's my tablet, my tablet.
My tablet. No, it's my tablet. No, he's starting it. Yeah. No, Anyways, this is what I have, and
hopefully it will work this time.
Sorry?
Hopefully it will work this time.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's gonna work. I don't know if the video quality is gonna be as good as I expect it to be, but it's probably gonna be better than my laptop. So
no, not about video, about your yoke.
Oh yeah, the yoke will be fine. I looked at my other sweaters and I kind of adjusted my stitch count, and Oh, this is what I wanted to mention. What I've done differently. You know how you distribute the stitches differently in the yoke. And it also depends how many stitches you cast on under your arm. So in my previous designs, I used to cast on about 18 stitches instead of 6. So you see the difference? Yes, that's what I did. So
how did you get this idea, cast on 18?
I took this idea from Brooklyn Tweed Stasis, and it works really well, actually. 18 in fingering, so 3 inches. And that's why I had less stitches here. So it laid nicely, and then whatever you needed for your bust, I added underarm. So I like this kind of fit. I think some people may not, but I have 2 patterns that use this, and my other patterns that are thicker, like worsted weight, I did, how we do, like the usual thing.
6, so, I do no more than 6 stitches for the DK and worsted, and 8 stitches for fingering. Never do more than 8 stitches.
So that's why, because I totally forgot, because it's been like 3 or 4 years since I used that trick, and I couldn't figure out why the yoke was so big. I was just like, this is too big, this is too loose, and there's a whole bunch of fabric in the back, and I couldn't figure out why. And I looked at my patterns, I'm like, no, this is not what I did. So I like this fit better, and I think I'm going to use that kind of fit for this sweater.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's that. I wanted to mention that in case, I know some of you are watching this for the sweater talk, and we always try to, put like tips for sweater, design, and
Okay.
Yeah. So
anyway,
I'll show the shawl, because I'm done my mosaic part.
Oh yeah, I saw this. Yeah, I just
I'm done the mosaic part, and now, of course, I'm mid-row. Sorry, I'm mid-row, but that's what it looks like.
Nice.
Yeah, so I bought, this is actually light pink and black from Miss Babs, and what I did differently is I used this I-cord edge thing.
Okay, yeah.
So I really like that. I did an I-cord. I still have to film a tutorial how to do an I-cord cast on. I'm not going to use black yarn because no one can see it. But I like it. I think I might just keep doing it for all my shawls. I really like the I-cord. I can see why you like the I-cord.
Yeah, I like I-cord. Oh, actually, I want to ask you about the tutorials. You didn't film a tutorial about German short roll, correct?
No. If you want to, you can do that.
I'm thinking of recording for this.
You can do that. The only thing I stayed away, you guys, I stayed away from any tutorial that films how I knit and purl, because people will be confused. But I figured out, I guess it's inevitable, and I just filmed a tutorial for I-cord edge for the stockinette fabric, and I knit combined. We both knit combined. So when you guys are watching our tutorials, just disregard how we do knit and purl stitches, because we knit and purl totally differently. And it doesn't matter how you knit or purl, as long as your knit looks like a knit and purl looks like a purl. I don't actually know how to knit in any other way, so.
Yeah, I actually watched your tutorial about I-cord. I do it differently.
No, you do the same way.
No. I use, which tutorial I use?
Which one?
Tutorial from Gift of Knitting. It's not a video tutorial, it's just a photo tutorial, and from her web blog, from her tutorial tab.
Oh, you mean the I-cord you do differently? I thought you said you knitted differently.
No, I do differently.
I know, I saw that.
I don't do this extra twist you do with the stitch. You like do this extra stitch when you cast on the I-cord. I just put the stitch directly on the needle. You do the twist and then you put
Okay. I saw that blog, and she has two other types of edges: double I-cord and triple I-cord. And they look really, really nice. I did not use that because it requires extra stitches in my pattern, and so I didn't want to rewrite the whole pattern, because you need to cast on extra stitches, because your edge is like basically, it's really nice. I could probably film a tutorial about that too, but I've never seen this before anywhere, so I kind of like looked at it, and maybe I saw one pattern that has that kind of edge. It looks really nice. It looks much nicer than just a regular I-cord size. Yeah, but I mean, it's
it's adjustable how you prefer.
They both look neat. It's just the other one, it's got, because you've got it's like a double and triple, so literally you've got like 2 or 3 stitches that are just participating in that maneuver. Yeah, I'll send you a link if I find it again. I didn't bookmark it. I figured you could even just Google double I-cord edge, and it should come up. I think it's from The Gift of Knitting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. And I wanted, because I was looking for a way, see, on my sample of a cardigan, I didn't do that. I don't remember what I did. It looks totally different. It doesn't matter because it curls in and no one can see it. But I wanted people to actually have an I-cord edge. Like for the test knitters, I wanted to have an I-cord edge. And I made a mistake in my description, and one of my testers pointed it out, and I'm like, well, I probably need to film a tutorial how I want this done. And so this is what I did.
Yeah.
So for the short rows, yeah, it would be nice if maybe you should film a tutorial, yeah. But when you do the tutorial, because for the short rows, for the German short rows, you know how the first, like, it's important how you because you have to explain that, because our stitches don't face the same way.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're combined knitters, and people make all this hoopla about it's so difficult. If it's not, combined knitting is just a different stitch slant. That's it. Everything else, how you get there, doesn't matter. It's your stitches don't face the same way, and it's Eastern. Sorry, it's got that Eastern component to it. So that's why when you're demonstrating something, you have to remount your stitch. So
but I cannot do this on the round knitting, so I think on the round you have the same mount as everybody in Europe. I mean, it's the same
no, the mount is the same for everybody. There's different, this is the thing, the mount is Eastern versus Western. So all the Western knitters, even continental, they all have the same mount. Even people who hold the yarn in right hand, and they all have the same mount. Mm-hmm. It's just some people are British and some people are continental, but their mount, if you look at the mount, they all do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Combined is half Eastern, half Western. So it has something to do with how you wrap the yarn. For knit. So this it's combined. So it's I don't want to go into it in this podcast, because it's not really that important, unless I don't know. I mean, I like the way I knit. There's also Eastern knitting, like Justina Larkowska. She knits Eastern. And when I looked at her video, I said, oh, this is how I knit. It's a little different, because you and I, we don't purl the same way she does. Oh, sorry, we don't knit the same way. The way she knits is a little different. Her knit stitch is a little bit different, and you have to really watch her video to see the difference. She doesn't move this way, she moves this way, and so it's Eastern. In Eastern knitting, you move clockwise. You wrap your yarn around your needle clockwise, and Western is counterclockwise. We knit counterclockwise and purl clockwise, so with combined. So that's where combined comes from. I looked through so many articles, clearly I have too many time on my hands, to understand what they mean by that. So, but you know, it doesn't matter as long as you're knitting and your stitches are not twisted, it doesn't matter how you get there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, so, but when you're doing the short rows, you will be knitting flat because you're flipping your fabric, so you will be knitting flat. You just have to remount it so people who watch it, they don't get confused. But I mean, I kind of wanted to film a combined tutorial, but I don't know if there's anybody who wants to see it.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should. If you do a tutorial, just throw it on TricitiesKnit.
Yeah, yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I even put the our intro and just change the episode title to tutorial, whatever. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to do.
It's a nice intro. I like it. It's so peaceful.
Yeah, it's in West Van when we took a walk with Lena and with a grandchild.
Oh, it's actually your photo?
Yes, of course. Yes, it's mine. I told you, it's my photo.
I thought you took it from Google or something. I guess it's, wow, that's nice.
No, it's my photo. There is a very nice walk in West Vancouver. It's towards Marina Park, and yeah, it's
oh wow.
There was the old railway somewhere, and I think they took the rails, or it's still somewhere there. But yeah, they make a nice park and nice walk just around the shore, and so it's really spectacular views you can see.
I think I've been there. Like,
no, it's not White Cliff. It's not a White Cliff. It's an opposite direction. White Cliff more to west. It's I can kind of go from west to east direction. So White Cliff, it's
I've been to two places in West Vans. I don't really go there that often. I've been to Lighthouse Park, but you know where that is, right? Like Lighthouse Park.
Yeah. It's not far from Lena's in-law.
And then we used to go to Ambleside Beach a few times, but it's too busy. It's too many people, right? So Ambleside Beach is just on, like when you're taking the Lionsgate Bridge, it's right on your left. Like you just.
Okay. Yeah. No, they live in Horseshoe Bay.
No, it's far. It's too far from Horseshoe Bay. It's nowhere near there. This is like. There's a seawalk there, and it's people go to the mall. They just drive down, and it's more of a like a there's just too many people there. I don't but I do like Lighthouse Park. It's interesting actually. I wonder if they opened up because the parks will actually have their parking closed during the So even if you wanted to go for a walk, you had nowhere to park. We went to the beach last week, and the beach was open. So.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, but we parked somewhere because there's too many people, and what they did is they reduced the parking, and so they only allowed 1/3 of capacity, and after that, everybody parked on the road.
Okay, I see.
Makes no sense, but there weren't actually a lot of people there. I think most people came in the evening. We were there during the day, and it was really nice, and there weren't that many people there. Yeah, maybe I should look into different parks to go now because there's really nothing to do.
Should start biking. You know what? Yesterday I was so against biking, and Victor, my husband, he pushed me. And yesterday we actually went to Poco, and we took a ride from from the Coquitlam River. When you just cross Coquitlam River. Yeah. You park where the guys on this Scottish guys, they blow their pipes. There is a place.
Yes, yeah.
start from there and we go along the Coquitlam River, and then we cross it's a Pit River street. I don't remember. It's actually hard to cross. And then we go inside some kind of dike, and we bike on this dike. It's really easy when it's flat. And you just don't have to do hard pedaling. And yeah, I said, no way I can climb all those hills. I just need a very flat, very even surface. So it's really nice.
I don't know. I don't know how to bike. So yes, feel free to make fun of me. I'm actually just learning how to drive now. So, and I've made a lot of progress.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah.
My husband told me that there's 3 stages of fear. I'm past the first stage of fear. I'm more confident, and if you told me 6 months ago that I will be driving, I would laugh in your face. So now I'm going to get my license. Hopefully, maybe I need to do it a couple of times because, I'm probably going to fail my first exam, but whatever. But biking, no, I've never. Last time I was on the bike, it was a tricycle. I remember that day. I was 4 years old. And I had a tricycle. I fell off a tricycle. I don't know how you fall off a tricycle. But I did. And I came home and I said to my mom, I will never get on the bike in my life. And yeah, I'm 42 now, so it's been 38 years. And I've never gotten on the bike.
You know what? I was actually... last time I biked, it was 20 years ago, and when he put me on a bike 2 days ago, he just want to see if the steering wheel is good height, and if the seat is good. So I couldn't start it. I start shaking. I couldn't get my balance, but then. Yeah, just, when you want to ride.
You rode all the way from Port Moody to Port Coquitlam?
No. We drive up. No. There is a lot of hills. I couldn't.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Hills. I even, you know what? It's funny. But I was afraid even go downhill. So I put the bike next to me and I was just walking with the bike. And Victor said, come on, it's easy. It's downhill. I said, oh, well, do you want me to fall down and break my legs or scratch my knees? He said, no. Do whatever comfortable for you.
No, I'm with you. I'm not doing it. I run here though, right? Like I run and I walk every day. And I don't think I'm gonna do a bike. I don't think I'm ever gonna try biking. I don't think so, because I don't want to hurt my head. I don't want to split my head open. I don't want to hurt myself. I think this is something you need to learn when you're young. So when my son, he knows how to bike, he's gonna know how to swim. I don't know how to do these things because when you're an adult, it's harder to learn that. You have fear. You have a lot more fear, and I just, no, I think I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap it up. And I sent you an intro, and don't forget to remind everybody about the gift.
So I'm gonna you guys, like, after the episode goes live, be sure to go on Instagram and follow us, and if you want to participate in the giveaway. So it's a great giveaway, and I'm really excited. I think you're gonna love the cuff because Jen does beautiful work. I have some of her things, and actually have a review of the needle case for the interchangeable tips on our channel. You can take a look at that as well. So she does just really nice leather goodies for knitters.
Oh.
Yeah. So thanks for listening.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.